the Stanford Cardinal and the Clemson Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Thank you, guys. I have checked in with the Tigers head coach here pregame. One of the things to keep your eyes on is how does this young quarterback continue to develop? They took a risk early in the season starting this young freshman, but he has continued to develop each week and get better. He's gaining the trust of his teammates. He's really starting to make good reads and get a feel for this offense. Can they keep this trend going? I'll keep you posted on how he looks on the field and how he's leading his team early in this game. Guys?
Okay, Holly. The Cardinal offense will take the field to get things underway. And David, we'll see whether this running back has the ability to elevate his game and really become a star in this offense.
Yeah, he's still developing. I think when you watch him, you say, oh, he's still learning the vision and how to play the running back spot. And I think you leave him, Jesse, going, I want a little bit more. I want more consistency, more big plays, so this offense can really take off.
I think the coaching staff, I think the fans know for the future of this program, they need to upgrade at the position. They'll try to do that in recruiting or the portal. But for right now, today, this guy...
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And that's a welcome sight for this defense, man. You got 4 sacks last week. They talked about it. Getting to the quarterback, pressuring him, making him feel uncomfortable. To do it on the first drive, to set the tone, to show him we're coming just like we were last week. It's a good start by this defense.
That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. So the Clemson Tigers offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And we expect a lot of the game plan to be built around Gideon Davidson. Churned out more than 150 yards and found pay dirt a couple of times in their victory last game. Off the play fake on 1st down. He's going for it all. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Looking downfield, it's Reynolds. Here's a heat. Worked his way out across the 35, got it up to the 37-yard line, but still a little bit short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th down. Clemson will send the punt team out. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Catches it cleanly at the 20. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Stanford's offense heads out, hoping to move the ball on this drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, as they punted away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Basic run plays. I don't need him.
Coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete to the left. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. The Cardinal can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. finding open areas. They knock him down, but he gets enough to give Stanford a first down. They've already moved the chains a couple of times on this drive, now out close to midfield. The run inside. It's Ford. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. Throws to the wideout. It's in. Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. Stanford lines up to punt it away. And that ball will sail into the end zone for a touchback. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And so far, man, everything's been difficult for this offense. And credit to the defense. They've taken away all the easy stuff. The easy perimeter throws, the quick throws. Nice job playing fast, playing physical. But this QB's got to get a little bit more in rhythm. Be a little bit more patient. Go through his progressions a little bit better. Right now, so far, it's an 0 for 4 start.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Tries to do it himself on the draw. Picks up the first down. Here's a little room there. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Stanford wants to push the pace.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense.
There he goes. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Stanford hoping to pay off this red zone opportunity. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on first down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a 2nd down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on him if they can stop him on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Warren. Here comes the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. So now on comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. He splits the uprights. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. We've reached the break, and it is Stanford holding the lead as we get a look at the numbers so far. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He just got rid of the football. Not sure what he was doing, and they're going to get him for grounding. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. With that penalty, the offense is backed up on second down. Looking to fire. Puts it out of the air. And they pick up just a few on that completion. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. The offense changing the play. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Clemson will send the punt team out. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. The Cardinal offense takes the field ready to attack. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Running inside, it's Ford. Out of bounds at the 33, but not before the big pickup for the ground game.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
Might as well give it to him again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Takes it the other way. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. He wants to change this route. To throw, it's Reynolds. Fires deep toward the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
And I love the play call on offense there. It's a sudden change situation. You just got the turnover. You're now going to take a shot because you got the defense on their heels after they're back on the field quickly. Really nice play call.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. From the gun, running back gets the gift. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk after the 30-yard line. It has been a less than stellar start in ACC play, and now the mission is to try to keep this season from going down the drain.
Yeah, and you got to find new ways to motivate. You came into the season, you're probably like, hey, listen, we want to be ACC champs, and that dream is probably gone, but let's refocus, right, Jesse? It's really fun to be that team in the middle towards the end of the year, too, where you can play spoiled.
Yeah, it's all about building, too. Just one game at a time, and it just takes one win to get the season completely turned around. This team has not yet quit on the year. They're still out playing hard with great effort. They just got to put a full game together.
Floats it out in space. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. on the ground inside. It's Davidson.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Rides to the back. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Sends it back in motion. Back to pass, it's Reynolds. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Run inside. It's Ford. 7-yard pickup on that one is now 2nd and 3. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming.
And the offense has a little bit of success. And what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to...
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes in the 22. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep down the right side. Upstairs to make the catch. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Grab behind the line. It's Brown. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford!
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass play. Great route by the receiver. Good timing on the throw by the QB. Receiver catches it in stride, turns on the jets, and is gone.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Coleman. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the 2nd half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Got enough for the 1st. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
And the Tigers are in the hurry-up. Delayed handoff. It's Johnson. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that 1st down.
Running inside. It's Davidson. Really putting together a threat now. They get the 1st. It's at the 37. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try to draw even here before the half. And they didn't get him lined up in the middle, so he'll have to knock it through from 54 yards out on the left side. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And the field goal draws us even as we get close to halftime. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We start with Notre Dame taking on the number 16 team, the Michigan Wolverines. And it's the Fighting Irish coming away with the victory in one of the highest scoring games we've seen all season. They now sit at a sterling 5-0 on the season, keeping their unbeaten streak going. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside SEC. And now back to your game in Death Valley. The numbers sometimes can be telling, but I'm not sure how to view these stats and get a great read on the game so far. I do know this. The team that does a better job of taking care of the ball in the second half has the best chance of coming out on top. And with that, let's send it back to our guys high above our drop.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Looking downfield, it's Reynolds. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davidson. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
You can see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
Off play action on first down. Under fire. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Left side, Wesco makes the grab. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. The Tigers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Got enough for the first. Touchdown, Tigers! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Well, on that run, he shows you why he's so dynamic. He's got all the tools in the toolbox to hit the home run, David, and they're going to stay patient with him. They know they're not going to score a touchdown every single time they give it to him, but he is that guy that can break the game wide open for this offense. Expect more from him.
Yeah, and then once you start giving it to him, you create that balance on offense. Then you can play action and suck those linebackers up, so it's only going to help this offense make it more two-dimensional as opposed to one. Get the running game going, and then it opens up the pass.
The run inside. It's Ford. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Stanford quickly to the line.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense. They're allowing only a minimum gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Gives it on the option. Breaks the tackle. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it. Tries to get it on the ground. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
And I've never met an offensive player who said, no, we don't want to go for it on 4th and 1. 4th and 1 is a great situation for the offense. You got to get 1 yard. You practice it all the time. You got to be physical. Go out and get it. They did a good job going out and getting that 1 yard.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to throw, it's Warren. Flips it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. The officials stop play here as they check on the injured Cardinal player. Stanford comes up with a first and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And that one's way too far for everybody.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect the quarterback a little bit better.
And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. And it's their freshman defensive back who's down on the play, and Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on his condition. The play-action fake. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. That'll cut the lead down to 4, 17-13.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Running inside, it's Davidson. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Clemson is quick to the line.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Pressure coming. Still for a man. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Looking to throw, it's Reynolds. That's caught. It's Brown. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first.
Simple pitch, simple catch, easy little drag route right over the field. It's a nice timing route. You can run it versus man, or you can run it versus zone and have a lot of success.
Snap from the gun on third down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. Clemson will send the punt team out. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Ford. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. If you like old-school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
This guy is very proud about his accuracy. That's why he's one of the better quarterbacks in all of college football. And that time, ball just got away from him a little bit. It's going to set up third down.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. Back to throw, it's Warren. Oh, they're after him. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. Stanford lines up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll take it on the return. He gets a block. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Unloads quickly. Runs through the tackle. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The run inside. It's Johnson. Got room at the 35. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. Trying to take it back. The 20. Finally brought down, but what a play. Not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. So now the opportunity to take the lead with a 1st and goal here. Off play action. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got the tight end. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Now on 2nd and goal. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stopped short of the goal line. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Not able to get outside. They tried to run wide, and they got nothing. It'll be 4th down.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation, and they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
If you're the defensive coordinator, no time to worry about bust. You have to sell out to get the ball back. Now Stanford is going to call a timeout. That's their 2nd. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll go right back to the run. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark.
Big 3rd down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on 3rd down.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Maybe a crease. He's inside the 40. At the 20. And he scores! Touchdown, Tigers. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And the defense expecting run. A lot of guys near the line of scrimmage on 3rd and short. The problem is when you get through that first initial wave, there's not anybody back behind them, and the running back takes this thing all the way to the house. Big explosive play for this offense.
And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point 4th quarter lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Stanford wants to push the pace.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop them on 3rd down. Under fire. Got him. Great pressure by this defense. They pretty much have to keep the offense on the field, and they'll get right to the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. And the throw to the sideline is complete, but won't be enough for the 1st down.
Really nice timing on that out route there. Good anticipation by the QB, getting it out on time. And how about the receiver securing the catch, tapping the toes before he went out of bounds?
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Swings it out to his running back. That completion will take him inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. That is exactly why they call the running back the safety valve. They used it, and they used it to perfection.
Yeah, and you want to push the ball down the field. You want to make those big plays, but you see the defense. They bring the blitz. I got the running back open.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Clemson! That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
Salt into her wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to pass, it's Warren. Fires to the big fella. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Back to pass on second down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. Could be an alley. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
Third down and inches, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to be physical and they're going to run the football, but they still execute at a good level. Not only picking up the first down, chewing up more yardage to make this drive even easier.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got his man on the right.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Chucked it away just as he was hit.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back.
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on fourth down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. On fourth down, going to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. Dropping back, it's Warren. He'll take a shot. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great.
Looking for the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
Hey, it's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense and stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment, and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency.
Throws toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he's down, and this game will end on a turnover. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. Continue, and then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of